Hey fellow Vault wearers, it's Angry Turtle, and during the week I was testing two-shot effect, the legendary effect on public test server, as well as weapon weight reduction to figure out what exactly those changes that Bethesda is implementing means to you. So I will just give you a quick summary of what I found. I will skip all the testing because it was very long. So first, let's start from the good news. The legendary effect, third start effect, minus 90% weight, have been fixed and now applies to a total weight of item including mods. As you can see, this missile launcher is modified with quad barrel, targeting computer, and still weighs only 0.4 pound. And normal weight of this missile launcher with all the mods would be 43 pounds. So it is reduced by 90% thanks to this legendary effect, and is further reduced by another 90% from my armor legendary effects. I'm wearing power armor with the following legendary effect on third star: weapon weights reduced by 20%. I have 5 pieces, and unfortunately you cannot have 100% weapon weight reduction, so it is capped at 90%. So I have 90% twice, and weight of the weapon is 0.4 pound. And no, you cannot get it any lower than that. Unfortunately, adding bare arms do not stack with those effects. So that's the minimum weight that this missile launcher can achieve, but it's working correctly on all the weapons now. So your weightless weapon, minus 90% weight weapons, will actually be almost weightless. If you recall how it is on the live game version, this effect only works on base weapon weight. Now, from the next patch, it will work on the total weapon weight, which is a great improvement. Then, two-shot. +1 projectiles, plus 25% damage, penalty to hipfire accuracy and recoil. This is just updated description. It's still the same two-shot. Good news about launchers and ballistic weapons. Those are not affected by the nerf, so you can still see very high damage with this missile launcher if I fire it. This super mutant, can I get a lock, please? Okay, I cannot get a lock. Let's see if I can hit. Can I hit? Yep. I broke my missile launcher, but it clearly does still a lot of damage and breaks fast too. Then all regular ballistic weapons obviously not affected with a two-shot nerf. Then we go into weapons like typical energy, like ultrasonic Gatling laser and so on. This one is anti-armor, so we are not talking about anti-armor. We are talking about a two-shot. Where is my two-shot weapon? There it is. I have two-shot Gatling plasma. So unfortunately here, it is very weak now. It's only 25% additive damage. It is approximately 20% less DPS from this weapon than on live game version, and is equivalent in damage dealt, the bonus damage, to Juggernaut. So I think you know how bad it is. It's equivalent to the Juggernaut. So not great. It's about 20% damage, total damage loss, compared to how it is on the live servers. Now, if we take into consideration mixed weapons, do I have any mixed weapon? Yes, I do. Like this plasma caster, it is less of a difference because ballistic portion was always like that. Energy portion is nerfed, so you will feel like 10 to 15% damage loss. Not so bad, it's less, you will not feel damage loss as much, but you will still feel it. Then we have weapons like, do I have my alien blaster? Yes. This is a two-shot alien blaster. Luckily, this is almost not affected, as most damage with these weapons comes from cryo, even though on the weapon card, the cryo is a smaller portion. In practice, when you have two-shot, there is this snowball effect that I explained in details when I was reviewing this weapon earlier, so you can refer to that video. But the point is, majority of the damage with the alien blaster comes from the cryo effect. The energy is a secondary, and energy portion have been nerfed, but still, two-shot is the best possible prefix for Alien Blaster. What you will feel playing with this weapon after the nerf, it's approximately, I estimate it as 3% damage loss. So if you don't know about the nerf, you would probably not even notice unless you are just on point to get your kill with one shot, and then you can be a little bit short. A sliver of health, it is possible, but barely noticeable nerf in case of Alien Blaster. Then if we talk about weapons that do not have energy damage, but some people think about them because it's elemental damage, those are not affected. The elemental damage weapons are not affected by the two-shot nerf. So Cryolator with those nice explosive snowballs is not affected. It's doing exactly the same as on the live game version. No nerf at all. And then finally, if we go to flame type weapons, like this two-shot Enclave Plasma Rifle with mixed damage and flame, this is actually a buff because, okay, I will show you that. On the live game servers, two-shot on flame weapons do not work at all. So in this case, you can consider it being a buff as it works. If I shoot just once, you can see there are 2 damage numbers. There are 2 hits. And when I swap to something like regular one, that's 1 hit. So it works. It adds a little bit of a damage when you have a two-shot. So that's a new. That's kind of a buff because, to be honest, it's just a fix. But it's on the live game server, it doesn't work at all. Two-shot do not give benefit to flame weapons, and on public test server it does. So it is fixed. And flame weapons with two-shot can actually work now. And damage on the card itself is showing higher too. You can see 91, 136, 79, 119. So it is an increase. Now adrenaline fall off. But it is increase when you swap to two-shot versus regular. And this will cover probably all case scenario with those 2 effects. I hope it helps you out to understand what all those changes are about. And I do hope that your weapon is the lucky one that is not affected. If you are unlucky, like me, and you own a perfect two-shot Gatling Plasma that you love, this one is significantly weaker. Any other prefix will be better, like why suffer from side effects of two-shot when you can use anything? Mutants, regular mutants have no side effects and give the same bonus to damage. So I could run mutants Gatling Plasma with the same damage output without penalty to accuracy and recoil. That's the sad truth for purely energy weapons. Two-shot, no longer good. What two-shot is good for after the nerf? Snowball effect weapons and typical explosive weapons like launchers. So this is what two-shot will be still good for. And that being said, thank you a lot for watching and see you all in the next one.